Oh! Waves of emotion, lots of degloving, and you've got to be kidding me. Today we are breaking down and reacting to all the creative medical scenes and colorful injuries from Happy Tree Friends. Let's dive right in. Nice. Oh geez. Okay, first off, who has a pair of crutches at the house? I want to know.
Not even on crutches.
We give out crutches like it's candy in the emergency department. Man, are they a pain to use. You actually really don't want a lot of weight into the armpit because you use something called your brachial plexus, which can actually cause nerve issues relating to your arms. So you actually put more weight on your hands and your wrist. Oh, jeez. Oh! It is not looking like a normal bone that's just in your neck there. That looks like an extremity bone. If your head were to come right off due to trauma, you'd see your vertebrae there. Oh my gosh. Do we have prosthesis for somebody's head? No. Most prosthetics that we have are related to extremities, upper extremity, lower extremity, and they're getting much better. We do transplant organs, obviously. Nice. Tongue stuck on the ice. You're causing freeze burn to that area. It hurts a lot, decreased blood supply to the area, and can cause superficial injury versus more deeper and long-term injury. Uh-oh, it's gonna rip it. Oh my gosh. Probably want to use some like warm water to help melt the ice so you can get it off there. Versus if you use cold water, could there potentially just be an injury related to continued freezing? Oh man, rub it. Oh my gosh, nice little cat, and it's gonna. We do see a lot of tongue injuries that end up coming to the emergency department where people will have a laceration. A lot of time, we don't necessarily need to close up those wounds because the mucosal layers within the mouth themselves heal really, really well and really, really fast. Oh! It did a good job of trying to depict the muscle fibers and all those like nice circles. Basically, those are just the groupings of the muscle tissue. And yes, the tongue bleeds a lot. It's so gross. There are incidences where decreasing the body's temperature is actually good. We'll have people that show up to the emergency department, cardiac arrest, and say we get them back. There's been studies and literature that show that cooling the body just a tiny bit actually improves neurologic outcome. Them trying to lift a heavy object, back injuries, muscle spasms. The number one reason why people actually are unable to work is due to back pain and poor body mechanics and not knowing that they can't lift something that heavy. Just the rope burn on your hands just made me feel awful. These are pretty bad degloving injuries that happen in usually car accidents, motorcycle accidents, and degloving meaning the skin rips off and basically the underlying tissue is exposed, bones exposed, those sorts of things. Cats are quite resilient and they do land on their feet most of the time, but they also get very agitated and will scratch. Oh. Oh, another degloving injury, exposure of muscle, lots of blood. Cars are just so dangerous. Well, that just turned into a unique kebab. We got organs everywhere. We got the classic intestines wrapping around. Intestines do look like sausages, but they are all in one piece. They are not one long string of sausage. This is just so gnarly. Stomach, kidney, eyes. We got appropriate vertebrae. There's not much left. Oh my gosh, it's like Noah's Ark. Reminds me of like the medieval times when they're trying to use like the rack. Typically joints will dislocate, you can get bones that fractures, and then the skin will eventually rip due to the force. It's like this all the time with Happy Tree Friends characters. But also sometimes in real life, you may feel life's occasional stresses just keep stacking up against you. You could always try the supplement that I created called Chillax by my company Life Happens, designed to help you find calm amongst life's occasional chaos. Okay, first pipe smoke. Please don't do that. No smoking is good smoking. Oh no, we got the classic boombox. I know it's an old school theme. Now, if it's like way too loud and all at once, could you cause your eardrum to rupture? Potentially cause bleeding. We see people come to the hospital relating to eardrum trauma, usually related to an infection that bursts open the eardrum itself or the tympanic membrane. Oh, into the sun, you're gonna burn your eyes. The concentration of the energy of the sun, just think about that. How intense the sun is and what we're doing to our skin when we go outside. Please make sure you protect your skin. Oh! Oh, jeez. From the sun causes burns, like literally burns to your skin. First degree, second, even occasional third degree burns from some individuals, but usually doesn't get that bad. If you concentrate the light using a different type of lens or a mirror, you can actually cause fires and burns, so please don't do that. We got a submarine. This is like an example of something called like a flailed chest, where actually the whole section is off. Obviously, a flailed chest would still be attached, but the segment actually works in opposite directions. So as you breathe in, it actually go in paradoxical movements. Oh, geez. The volcanoes in the ocean. Oh! Awful. So the heat's so bad that you're just melting. Obviously, we see injuries relating to fires or hot liquids or like stovetops. That's kind of the most common things that we see. Most of the burns that we end up seeing in the hospital is related to hot liquids. So, you know, be careful cooking soups or boiling water, because those are the most common burns that we actually see. Wow. So Happy Tree Friends, oh my gosh, never fails, as I always say. They do a good job of allowing us to talk about it. So very good. Thank you for the creators of Happy Tree Friends, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this. So if you did, definitely check out this playlist right here, binge watch everything. And as always, please make sure you subscribe, turn your bell notifications on, and hit that like button for me. Thank you so much for watching, and stay healthy, my friends.